You read them.
All right. Yeah, no, that was good. Right here's fine. All the chairs are broken, so I don't know. We've had this thing for about a month and a couple of months, and all the chairs are broken. I have nowhere to put them.
Broken down.
Yeah, it's like this studio is ancient. Like we're in a building that's fucking 200 years old, and all the equipment's just, I don't know, whatever. Hi, I am Brandon Walker. It is Pick Central, our daily gambling show. Returning for the first time in a week and a half is my good friend Marty Mush, who is to my left and to my right. My competitor, my professional adversary, and my wonderful friend, Ben Mentz. We're all here. Hello, Ben.
Brett, I appreciate that intro. Glad to be starting a new week here. Springtime vibes are high.
The weather's so good outside. I don't know if it's like that everywhere. I assume it is. I mean, it's fucking May. May is a beautiful month. What's up with you?
Short's a bad look for me on this show.
Not great. That chair's a bad short. You can switch chairs if you'd like. Big Av's, his balls are on the show all the time.
I mean, this is just
That's a bad chair.
Bad chair.
It's a bad chair. If you want to switch, you can switch, but you can make that choice.
I've already done it. It's
Like me,
all right.
I'm kind of okay. I'm all right right now.
Cross
But
my legs.
yeah. Those also,
I'm already wearing short enough shorts.
those are also
too.
shorts. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
God. Yep. All right. It's literally look
There
like
it
a
is.
chicken leg. That's
Yeah,
literally it.
it's all right. And next to my calves, I mean, it's hard for anybody to look good. Look at that. Look at that.
You got the Lamar Odom calves.
Got the calves of a professional jump roper. Rope jumper? Jump roper.
Mincy, was that Entourage?
Yeah, that
well,
was
look
Entourage.
at that.
Yeah,
all right.
Oh, was that Johnny Drama? with
Yeah,
the
he wanted
calf
Lamar
implants?
Odom's calves. That's
Yeah.
right. That
I was
was
like,
that
did you
reference.
just notice Lamar Odom's calves too, or was that a cool?
That was the reference.
I tried. I can't watch Entourage back. I tried to watch it. Now I got HBO Max. I tried to watch it. I just can't get into it the way I did. Like I watched One Day in the Valley. It didn't feel like it was that good. Maybe it's just I grew up. Maybe I aged. Maybe I grew out of the Entourage demographic.
I kind of rewatched it and was enjoying it. It's a lot of feel good. It's like some big feel good moments and then kind of a lot of crap.
I watched The Wire and then I rewatched and then I started rewatching Entourage. I need to rewatch Curb.
I know what you're saying too, because I think when I watched Entourage, I was younger. I was like, that could be me.
It's awesome.
Like I could have my friends and be a fucking actor.
Well, you can't rule it out.
Didn't really work, but
Can't rule it out. It might happen. Got the Dansby Swanson hair.
I'm trying.
All right. So, color of Brandon's legs matches shoes. I'm sorry. No, my legs are quite tan, and my shoes are very, very white. New shoes. Yeah, look at that. That's good. That's good calf
You're
muscle.
becoming a big shoe guy.
I saw you. I want to comment your tweet. You were wearing your XL shirt comfortably out doing yard work.
Yes.
I'm constantly in that battle of fighting double X into XL, and I've worn XLs and they've been a little tight on my skin.
I don't know how
so
many
that's
men
I'm proud of you there.
I don't know how many men out there understand what I'm about to say, but the journey from XL and then accepting your life as a 2XL is one of the most disheartening things you can do.
It's awful.
It's giving up on life is what it is. But it's saying I was XL all the way. The way you're sitting, it seems like you're at a library or something.
I don't know what to do.
Are you nervous?
I don't know what to do.
It's like once you make that leap from 2X or 2X, you have decided, okay, I'm just going to be big my whole life. Now, the only reason I started working out, I got COVID.
That's huge.
Yeah, it was
Lost
huge.
weight,
Best thing
probably.
that happened. I lost 12 pounds. I said, well, why not just jump on it?
I can't talk. I've never even gone to an XL.
You have to change chairs. You're not comfortable.
I don't know.
Do you want to do you want to lay down? Do you want to go? Do you want to go back to California?
I don't know, man. All right, I'm good.
So it's playoff time in hockey. It's playoff time in basketball. We got a lot to talk about there. I want to talk about some AL MVP props, NL MVP props. We'll talk a little bit about baseball later on. We'll talk, NHL. Marv Albert is retiring at the end of this season. I think one of easily the top 5 most iconic, not necessarily best, most iconic announcers of my lifetime. Is that bagel good, Marty? Marv Albert retires. I want to talk about the announcers in just a little bit. But yeah, so we can start wherever you guys want to start. Number 1, Marty's back. You were in California all last week, but I haven't seen you since you put out the Dion video and you started your YouTube channel. So go subscribe to Marty Mush's YouTube channel. I thought the video with Dion was very good.
Wow, look at you.
I'm
Good mood today. You're complimenting. I love it.
No, I'm good at hosting this show now.
I like
the
that
week
a
that
lot.
you were gone, I figured it out.
That was it.
Probably not.
I don't fit in L.A.
Do you not?
You're not an LA guy?
I don't think I do. I went out with people. I went out with someone that's like an LA guy.
Yeah.
Brandon
That's
Lee.
entrenched and knows where to go. So
Tommy
you were
Lee.
part of his entourage.
Tommy Lee and Brandon and Pamela Anderson's son.
Yes.
I don't know how I got involved there. I just went out. I was like,
How did that happen?
he was at the Classic.
So do you
And he
just
invited me to dinner.
so you just like say, "Hey, I've seen your parents have sex"?
No, I didn't say that.
What
He's
you,
a great guy,
what
though.
you have, or you're at least.
I'll be honest, I never
A
have.
lot of people have.
I didn't know who. This sounds stupid. I didn't know who Tommy Lee was.
Motley Crue drummer. I think that's acceptable for somebody your age. I don't think not knowing who Pam Anderson is very acceptable.
Jack, no idea who Pam Anderson was.
Well, Jack's a little
That's-
scarecrow-looking bitch.
That doesn't matter. You know who Pam Anderson is.
right. I
He's
mean,
a
Baywatch was.
she's iconic. Yeah.
I guess Baywatch was before his time.
Baywatch before your time.
It's before my time, but I still know who she is.
Does anybody ever watch Pluto TV? It's a free app that I got on my PlayStation 4.
Isn't that that's the only time I watch that is when the like college basketball on that. It's on a random channel.
Yeah.
all the time.
They got
And everyone
the most
tweets
random.
out.
You'll be able to watch Robert Wagner against Dick Tech or something.
Mhm.
They got all Baywatch channels. Baywatch 24/7.
Is it really?
I've looked before.
You didn't look. You was on. You were scrolling through, and
You know why?
stopped.
Because it's nostalgia, and Baywatch was the Baywatch to Brandon Walker. Baywatch was like 91 to 96 or something like that.
That
maybe even more.
90210 were kind of.
And
not-
Baywatch told Brandon Walker that, hey, these women exist and they're pretty fun to look at. I don't know.
You'll never talk to one, but they exist.
No. You'll never, and you won't know what to do with one when you catch it, but you'll want to chase it for the rest of your life. Yeah. So I want to talk about one guy before we move on. They say never meet your heroes, Marty.
Mhm.
They say never meet, and I am very sad you weren't here for this. In this chair on Friday, Papa Shot sat. We talked to him. Big Av talked to him on the street last week. We ended up having Papa Shot. His name is Mike Elione, Mike Ezione, something like that. Mike retired from FedEx 36 years. He walked out of FedEx for the last time in Manhattan on Friday morning and came right into the studio and did a show, and then we did a Papa Shot. Never meet your heroes, but that guy's a fucking legend.
That was when I would miss The Office the most when I saw him, because I was here from the start when we first met him, and I don't get how his hands are so fast.
Very quick hands, yeah. The
Was he
transfer
great?
is
Was he a
incredible.
great guy, like talking on here?
You know, you just meet somebody and you just know that's just a cool ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's just somebody like yeah, he could if I wanted to, I could say Mike come here once a week and he would come and he'd fit right in.
I feel like he's got stories out the wazoo.
He had stories and we'd have to teach him to gamble, I think. Actually, probably not. Who could we teach to gamble? We'd have to teach him to be able to be in the gambling mix and stuff like that. But he could just sit here and talk sports and talk bullshit. He had a lot of stories about going to the Arizona Duke Final Four and all that stuff.
It
missed
was
a half quarter at MSG.
Yeah, he ended up. He went to a second contest, won that, and he got to take a half court shot at MSG.
What contest?
His
is this guy
wife
making?
was just looking at all these contests not online, but I guess she'd see it in the paper or magazines or something. She'd say, "Hey, you need to sign up for this." So she was running point.
She's like,
She's
I
the
saw
one that
your
told him.
skills at the arcade. We need to sign you up.
She's the one that told him to, "Hey, you need to sign up for this." And he went. There was a 64-man tournament at the Dave & Buster's he went to, and he said he went right through the tournament. And it was the Palisades Mall. He just mowed him down.
We gotta do a whole documentary on him.
And so we got it out here. We got the Papa Shot right out here. The battery was done on the show, so we had to replace the battery. But right during the beginning of the yak, he did it twice. He went 109 and 117 back to back.
Wow.
And this was no warm up. This was if he'd have kept going, if he'd have played 5 or 10 games, he would have.
Did he have the right shoes on? That's what he complained
He
about.
had the
last
sneakers
time.
on. Yeah,
All right, that's
yeah,
huge.
Yeah, he had the sneakers on. But great guy, and it was a really fun show. If you didn't see it, Pick Central's a podcast. If you want to go back and listen to that, you can do that wherever the podcasts are. Rico will not be happy with this conversation. B-Walt, you better stop. Why? Why wouldn't Rico be happy with this conversation?
I don't know.
People are
Rico.
so fucking stupid.
We don't need to talk about Rico today.
What'd Rico do?
I was talking about that. We just got so many texts that bars are back. It's like, dude, we know.
Okay, so Rico, I guess, goes out. He flies out somewhere. He was in
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale. So I only got one of them. You said you got 6 different group texts where Rico sent group texts saying bars are back. First of all, bars have been back for a while.
Yes.
I don't know that. I don't go to bars, but bars have been. You've been talking about going to bars for the last 6 months.
The bars are back. It's like just because he went to Scottsdale where they like COVID doesn't seem like it's really a thing there, and he went to a pool party. He's like, that's what it is though. He just doesn't go out, so he's just like. But I don't need 5 text messages at bars are back, and no one answered. Not one person answered.
Did you see the Rudy video?
Yes, I did.
With the guest star?
Funny. Don't care, ride or not, funny.
Yeah, funny's funny.
Funny.
Funny's funny. I like the Hoosiers video. Speaking of Hoosiers, speaking of Rudy, tomorrow, Indiana becomes the 4th state to have the Barstool Sportsbook app. It is Illinois, it is Pennsylvania, it is Michigan, and tomorrow the Hoosier state comes along. Bam! Indiana goes live May 18th. A lot of big stuff coming, a lot of big bets coming, a lot of big content coming. So if you're in Indiana right now, you can download it right now. You can deposit right now. And come tomorrow, when the NBA playoffs start, you can be ready to bet. I know it's a basketball state, right? Tomorrow the Pacers are involved in the play-in game, so go ahead, get ready.
And if you bet $250, you have a chance to get to that party, right?
Is that right?
That's what David was explaining to it on his show. But regardless, it's going to be an unbelievable time. Make sure you download it.
And we also have got a pin property in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, which is by Cincinnati with the Barstool Sports.
You know,
pretty sweet too.
You know what I'm going to say?
No, I know what you're going to say because I'm going to say the same thing. I don't know when you memorized the map or if you knew the map before you got here. But
I got it out about the second day.
I
was like, I got to know all these.
When you mentioned a state, like we were talking about the College World Series because he's a college baseball guy, and I was like, are you going to go? And he said, yeah, there's a pin property right across the river in Iowa. It's like, oh, he knows whatever you talk about. He knows where the pin property is.
Always the city. It's like not a pen property in Indiana. It's just like whatever you just said.
Hey, well, look. Hey, before these false rumors about me traveling for vacations get around, I'm traveling for pin properties to build our business.
Is that what's swirling around that you're going on vacation?
Davis is messing with me.
I like the idea that he flies around to actually build the sportsbook properties. He's hammering and he's like the contractor. He's telling people where to go.
Yeah, I'm a real overseer.
Mitzi's here. Get your shit right.
Yeah, always wearing his hard hat.
Yeah, that's what I
I'm a real model for labor if there ever was one.
I want you to be the construction guy that just goes around and builds sportsbooks.
My fat ass with a hard hat.
Yeah, so Indiana tomorrow. I know the Indy 500 coming up Memorial Day weekend. Huge concert there. So a lot going on, but it's state number 4. I don't know who 5, 6, 7, 8 are going to be, but they're coming very soon.
4 states already.
4 states. Hopefully
there's
by the end of the year.
momentum for Louisiana looks good right now too. A bunch of stuff going on.
I feel like so many states are approving it now.
Well, yeah, they're trying to catch up. I think Alabama's close. I'm just ready because I'm just ready to go south.
Yes.
Like, it's been fun. Great. Going to Michigan, going to Illinois, great. I want to go to fucking Alabama. I want to go to Louisiana. I want to go to Georgia. I'm ready for the South to get involved.
I've had enough Mississippi. I've been there.
Yeah, you got your fill.
I had enough.
Fair enough.
Will Iowa get the Barstool Sportsbook anytime soon? I don't really know. I don't know what the laws are in your state, but I know that wheels are turning for a lot of states. I don't want to speak out of turn, but hopefully 9 or 10 by the end of the year, and then we just
we don't find out until you find out.
Correct. Yes,
that's a fact. That's a one misconception people get. It's like when you think we know things, we don't.
When Dave makes the announcement, we then go to travel. And like, am I going? That's pretty much.
You see him tweet, then you copy his tweet and talk about it because that's when you just found out, and we all act like we knew it was coming.
Tennessee, I love that. Tennessee's a low-key great state. There's some great states in the South. North Carolina is a top 5 state in this country. I
love North Carolina.
I love North Carolina. It's incredible. Mountains, beach. It's Asheville. Asheville's a very underrated spot in this country.
Durham, great place.
Durham, no, not so much. Durham. No, they got.
Charlotte's not bad either.
Charlotte's a good town.
Yeah, it's got a lot of economic.
Greensboro's beautiful. Durham, terrible town. Great basketball team.
Great basketball team.
Are you worried? This is off the beaten path. Are you worried that when he does retire, that the program, that's it?
No, not at all. He's been grooming Shire, and then
he's groomed like 9 guys in the last 30 years.
Yeah, but they're too good at coaches. Capel's a great coach.
Yeah, he groomed Hurley, he groomed all of them.
Yeah,
but by the time the way he keeps up, he's gonna have to groom Zion.
Shire's been there for a while. I think Nolan Smith's gonna be a very good coach too.
I just don't know. I wonder, because college basketball is this weird thing. We're finding out with North Carolina now. They just lost a guy for a long time. But, like, I don't know another. I'm 42 years old. I don't know another Duke coach. I don't know another Syracuse coach.
Yeah,
When
that's
when
wild.
Boeheim's been there so long,
Yeah.
I don't know what a
either.
what the program looks like without him.
This
Will they
whole-
still run zone?
They have to, right? Like I feel like you can't go ever away from it.
That's going to be the controversy. They're going to hire somebody. He's going to come in. He's going to go 15-13 the first year running zone. Then he's going to switch to man, and they're going to fire him.
Yeah.
So, one more college basketball before we get into the NBA playoffs. Mac McClung going pro.
Oh wow, I didn't see that.
Who's talking
Yeah.
to that motherfucker?
So he went to the transfer portal. He
Well,
put his
first of
name
all-
in the NBA draft.
First of all, started at Georgetown, transferred to Texas Tech to play for Chris Beard.
Which is then Chris Beard leaves.
Yes.
Which is fine because Georgetown sucks. And so he put his name in the transfer portal and the NBA draft. Then he retracted the transfer portal, said I'm going back to Texas Tech. I'm not leaving my roots. I came there to win. And then he just declared for the draft.
Yeah.
So he definitely got some word that someone is going to take.
I don't
Has
know,
to,
man.
right?
I just don't see him as an NBA guy.
The name obviously helps, but I mean he didn't really dominate in college, so I don't know.
I felt like he was on track to be better at Georgetown than he was at Texas Tech. Like he had some moments, but I felt
Yeah.
like when he went to Texas Tech, I thought, okay, this is going to be great, but it didn't really.
But don't get me wrong, he's a great college player. I just don't. Well, I guess we'll see. Prove us wrong.
Also, I didn't say this the other day, but whose decision was it that runs the Bench Mob social to Photoshop you into that tweet?
Jack. Well,
Nobody noticed.
Well, I said, "Yo, Photoshop me," kind of as a joke,
right, but
and then he's like, "Got you."
he
And
just
then
did it so well that nobody noticed.
I did the short porch after, and I was like, "Did you guys record that like earlier in the season?" I was like, "No, dude. You literally see Rico's wearing the same clothes. Adam Morrison's still in the building.
He stayed forever.
He loved it here."
Who doesn't?
He was very, very good. He was a little taller than I thought he would be.
Yeah, 6'8".
I mean,
He's listed 6'8". I figured if you're listed 6'8", you're really about 6'5", 6'6". But no, he was legit 6'8".
no, that's like guards. Like
You think
Devin,
so?
I think like Devin Booker.
Like 5'10", gets listed at 6'1", stuff
yeah,
like that.
I feel like I don't know why I think Devin Booker's small, but he's not.
He's not small at all. No.
I know, but
He's 6'4", 6'5", yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Adam Morrison was shockingly tall to me because he was a good, head taller than me, and I'm a big, beautiful, good-looking guy.
Legend of the game, though.
Thank you
Literally.
very much. I appreciate that. I found an incredible website you've got to check out. Nuts.com is the best-kept secret of savvy snackers across the country. Nuts.com isn't just for nut lovers. It's your one-stop online pantry shop. They've got candies, dried fruits, pantry items like baking mixes, pasta, and more. The simple and convenient way to have nutritious, delicious, healthy nuts, dried fruit, flours, grains, and so many other high-quality foods delivered straight to your door. Over 4,000 products to choose from, plus all the raw, organic, roasted, salted, and candied nuts you can imagine, even chocolate-dipped. New Nuts.com customers get free shipping on your first order when you text Barstool to 64,000. So text Barstool to 64,000 to get free shipping on your first order from Nuts.com. That's Barstool to 64000. Terms apply. Available at Nuts.com/terms. My daughter is now... she's 22 for 24 on the season. She's only gotten out twice. She struck out once, and then she grounded out to a very good shortstop the other night. But she walks a lot. The pitching in softball isn't great, so I'm just giving an update. She's been very good.
What age group is this?
She's 12.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
22, 24.
On
Yeah,
base, that on base percentage.
You get on you hit contact. You're pretty much getting it. You make contact in this.
You need to.
She's got over a 900
you need to
on
send
base
her
percentage.
away.
To what?
Florida, just softball all the time, no off days. She's 22 or 24. Send her to Florida. Have her stay with another family. Become the best softball player ever.
No,
You'll visit her.
No, will I?
Yeah, she's gonna be
Florida?
unbelievable.
I'll move
22
with
and
her. I'll just
24.
move with her.
You can move with her.
All right. So the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs. Let's start with the NBA playoffs. A lot to talk about with the
Stupid.
NBA. What?
Really?
Stupid.
I was going to.
You don't like it?
It's good for fans. It's stupid for if you come in. What is it? Is it 7th place? If you come in 7th place and you could technically not get in, to a 10 season.
Well, here's the issue for the NBA. I don't know if I love the idea. I want to see it play out. But I do like that we got a little intrigue here. But the Lakers ended up 7, and the Warriors ended up 8. If the NBA could get that every year, they would sign up for it right now.
Yeah.
They would say, yes, I'll take Steph at 8. I'll take because they'll play the 1. I'll take the Lakers at 7. Perfect. But now you've got a situation where one of them might not make it.
And nobody wants to see the Grizzlies or Spurs.
Nobody wants to see the Grizzlies or Spurs in that 8 spot. So
exactly.
The Lakers or Warriors, one of them's getting the 7 spot, and one of them has to play again to lock up that 8 spot. If one of those gets left out, the NBA is going to look a little silly, I believe. On the other side, I think it's a little more cut and dry now. The Celtics, by the time this game starts, they're going to be underdogs to the Wizards. The Wizards have been better in the second half of the season, maybe pretty much all season. But you got Celtics plus Wizards, 7 Celtics against 8 Wizards. The winner of that goes to get the 7 seed. The loser plays the winner of Hornets Pacers, and the winner of that gets the 8 seed.
That's too much. Being a 7 seed, you should get in. I can maybe see an 8th, but it's like, I don't know. I think it's dumb. And also, that's how it shows you that NBA players just don't care about the regular season. The Lakers are a 7 seed. I know LeBron was out for a while, but it's like
AD
he didn't
too.
come back for a while because he knew he was just going to be in.
The gap to me is nobody really wants to see the Hornets, Pacers, Grizzlies, or Spurs. The 9 and 10 seeds, like none of them. I mean, LaMelo Ball is appealing for the Hornets.
There's a reason why they're 9th and 10th, and no one wants to watch them because they stink. You know what I mean? Like, that's why even give them the chance?
Celtics and Wizards still have big appeal, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they should already be in. Like, just in case that fluke happens, that team gets hot, it's like, all right, we just wasted the Celtics for a random 10 seed.
We'll see tomorrow how many people watch, because NBA ratings haven't been great this year.
They've been awful.
They've been awful. So if it juices the ratings that people watch, I mean, they got the Lakers and the Celtics in it. That's probably best case scenario.
And just the sudden death kind of feel for the 9-10 is good. That's always the problem. The NBA, the 72-game season, you don't feel that urgency night after night, really.
And shout out the Knicks, 4 seed.
Yeah, I want to get to that. Why would they look silly? Maybe those teams should have played better, not be in the position to look silly. Shut up. They would look silly because they would want the Lakers and Warriors in there, and they built a system. It just played out that they would look kind of, the NBA would rather have the Lakers and Warriors in the playoffs. So, yeah, the Lakers and Warriors should have played better. Just quit being an idiot. The Knicks, 4 seed, that means they're going to have home field advantage, home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs, and you got the Nets over in Brooklyn. You got the Knicks. I mean, this city's
Thibodeau should get a 10-year contract. I mean, that's crazy. Like, I know 4 seed after being literally one of the worst teams in the league last year.
Zach Cross with a good point. You should be a Grizzlies fan. 3 Duke alums.
I can't. Ja Morant.
I know that's 50%.
I mean, the Pelicans that's the reason why I'm a Pelican.
Yeah, if they didn't make the playoffs, though.
No.
That's better. That's good for us, though.
The Hell's Kitchen house is cheering. I'm having to cheer for the Suns now.
Are you moved in now? Or are you still in that?
No, we're still in Airbnb.
You've been here 6 months.
Yeah.
What's the holdup?
I mean, the rent. My rent on that Airbnb is cheaper than my house was in Baton Rouge.
Are you just gonna live in the Airbnb forever?
Might as well.
I don't know. Where we need there isn't a lot of room to breathe in there. I need.
It's easy though. They furnished.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I do. I wish I had a little more room for sure.
Yeah,
a closet thing.
You tired of Playboy Marty?
That's a New York thing.
We make it work.
Tired because he fucks so much.
Clearly,
he brings so much pussy home.
I don't know where he'd fit one in that little closet. We're living in.
In my experience, if you want to fit one in, you can fit one in.
Fair enough.
You do whatever you need to do to get that done. So you got the Lakers and Warriors tonight. Right now, Lakers are 5.5 point favorites over the Warriors. The Grizzlies are 4 point favorites over the Spurs.
Really?
The Celtics are 1.5 point favorites over the Wizards, and the Hornets are +3 against the Pacers. It's tomorrow night. I love Grizzlies there. I don't know why.
That line's weird. They're trying to sucker people into taking the Spurs and the points. That line,
but it's weird because the Spurs still have that factor where you remember the Spurs. You factor in Popovich, and you have a hard time betting against them. And sometimes I might bet on them, not based on what they do this year, not based on who they got, but just the fact that they're the Spurs, and this is a big spot. And that's probably a terrible thing to do.
No, I agree with you because the Spurs, you just keep thinking that they're a playoff team, but they're 33-39.
They're not good. Yeah.
Why? They should not be in this. It's stupid, but no. I agree with you there. Don't you think the Lakers 4.5 is like
easy money?
Yeah,
I don't know. Steph's playing so good. Though,
I know,
but
it's like. No, I'm trying to like black and white. It's just like the Lakers are going to beat the shit out of them.
Well, the Lakers have been playing much better. I mean, LeBron clearly just kind of waited until he had to start playing, and now he's playing, and they look fine. So yeah, I would think Lakers minus 5.5. I don't know. In a one-game setting though, if it goes up more than that, if it gets to 6 or 7, I don't like that many points.
No, yeah, I thought 4.5 was a little low.
Yeah. So and did you notice LeBron yesterday was gassing up Steph? He was saying Steph should be the MVP.
Of course.
Yeah. So does he really believe that, or is he just saying that in advance of this play-in tournament? Is he just gassing him up a little bit?
I kind of believe it. The year he had on that team.
Especially
definitely should be they should definitely be in the conversation. It's almost like what Jake Marsh does. It's like he compliments the other person, but he's like really kind of condescending.
He's trying to butter him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that I had a cameo this weekend? A guy said a guy paid me $20 to talk to his friend Hank and tell Hank that I'm sorry his coworker Jake was mean to him, and that Jake is really a good person, but he just happens to be the best in the office.
Shut up! You got paid to do that?
$20, yeah. And I said it everything he wanted me to say. I don't know how he's getting it to Hank, but whatever.
All right.
Somebody pays me to say something, I'm going to say it. Well, there's some things I won't say.
Well, what are some things you won't say?
Come on.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Fair enough.
I mean,
I'm gonna be on that cameo soon. I'm kind of curious about it. It's interesting.
Yeah. So we got the. I don't know. Looking at MVP, Steph was great. Steph was incredible.
Still an 8 seed.
He has a conversation. He has a right to be in the conversation, very high in the conversation. But Jokic, when Murray went down, people thought, okay, well that's it for them. And they've still held pretty tight. I think Jokic is probably the MVP.
You don't see the 8 seed. Usually NBA MVP, the team's got to do better than the 8 seed. It's usually a top seed too.
Yeah, and there's no they might not make the playoffs.
What about Embiid?
Embiid, yes. And I this one's crazy. He wouldn't win it. He shouldn't win it. But Julius Randle has to be talked about because
he should win it. If
he hadn't become the star he became this year, the Knicks are probably still out of the playoffs. They needed somebody to be what he became.
It's like if you're going this season, you were like talking about Julius Randle. Like, dude, shut up. Like, it's Julius Randle. What he did this season was unbelievable. And he was the MVP, obviously, of the Knicks, and they're the 4 seed. That's more impressive than what, like, Jokic is. He's the 8 seed. And he's already
Jokic's
like
3 seed, yeah.
I mean 3 seed. It's like, I don't know, man. I think he should be at least talked about. I know he's not going to win it, but he should be talked about.
I definitely think he's finished top 5 or top 6. The Knicks, I've never been around because COVID happened and they haven't been in the playoffs. I've never been around New York when the Knicks are in the playoffs, so I don't know what it's going to be like. And I know the Garden isn't full capacity, but it's still. Did you see the ticket prices?
It's like $900, right?
The get-in price is $968.
What's the capacity they're allowing?
I think they're still. Are they
25%?
33% now?
I think it's 33.
I think it's 33 as well. So that would be, 1/3 of about $20,000. So
still gonna be loud in there.
A lot of people on the chat are saying Embiid. Yeah, Embiid had a great season.
He got hurt for a little bit, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't that long. We were worried because it was Embiid. He would be out longer than he ended up being out. He's just one of those guys. He gets a little nick, and you think he's going to be.
And he's 7'3" or whatever.
I think Embiid's definitely. What do you think? Who do you think it's actually between?
I think it's Jokic and Curry, but I think Jokic is going to win it.
You don't think Embiid even has a chance?
Yeah, he has a chance. He has a chance. I don't. Pull up the Barstool Sports book and see what the MVP odds. I've got those for baseball later. I should have put them down. I also have the to win the East and to win the West right now on the Barstool Sportsbook app. To win the East, you've got the Nets at plus 120, and then you have the Bucks and Sixers both at plus 300, and you have Heat plus 1,200, and after that it goes to Knicks 4,000 and on and on.
It goes from 300 Bucks and who?
Bucks and Sixers are 300.
And the Knicks is 1,200 for the Heat?
Yeah.
My God.
I'm looking at it.
And again, the Knicks, the 4 seed are 4,000.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, you got. If I'm looking for value there, Nets plus 120. I think Sixers plus 300 is not terrible.
It's not terrible, but there's simply no way the Nets don't get there.
I guess, but I could kind of see.
I don't know. Kyrie said he's not too worried about basketball right now.
Yeah, but he's never worried about basketball.
But he also What was that? There was a stat today. He was like 50, 40, 90.
Yeah, he joined the 50-40-90 club,
mean,
which is
that's a
50%
guy-
from the field, 40% from three, 90% from free throw.
I don't think he needs to be worried about basketball.
I
He's
think-
just so good at it.
I think Bill Simmons popularized that. It was a way to judge shooters. Larry Bird was a 50-40-90 guy, I believe, for a while.
That's insane.
Was Ray Allen a 50-40-90 guy? It's not a whole lot. LeBron might have had fucked around and been a 50-40-90 guy one year.
Did he ever get 90 from the foul line?
That's right.
LeBron was
not a foul.
no,
Yeah.
he wasn't.
No.
I mean, he got better. but
His
he wasn't
career
that
high, he might have got to 40 at 3-point because his career is 34. So it would be a crime if Steph wins MVP. Did you look up the Barstool Sports book, the MVP?
good.
odds?
I'm looking at it. I can't. I'll see odds for Eastern and Western Conference and Rookie of the Year and Sixth Man, but I don't see MVP. On
That's
here.
fine. That works. So on the West, you've got Lakers still the favorite, plus 200 to win the West. You got the Clippers plus 225. It seems like nobody talks about the Clippers. You got the Jazz plus 350. Then it
That's
jumps
so
to
true.
Suns. Yeah, the Clippers are 225, and nobody talks about it.
It's so true. It's like, hey, they're still really good.
Really fucking good. and like the number 2 seed, the Suns are plus 700.
This Suns thing, the Lakers are 2-1 and the Suns are 7-1, and the Suns are about to be the 2 seed playing the 7 Lakers. It's such a crazy dynamic.
It is.
Crazy one.
It is going to be incredible. I like these futures odds, man. I like Lakers at plus 200. It's not great, but I think they're going to win the West.
They're definitely going to win the West.
50 to 100.
That's why the
100 to 1, 200?
regular season ratings are so down because everyone knows.
Everyone knows. Yeah.
This year's a little more
Yeah.
intriguing, where I think like the Suns are really fun.
Well,
to
last
watch.
year had that stupid bubble, which it was good at the time, but it was
because we just needed sports.
we needed sports, and then you had Lakers Heat. There was nothing sexy about that.
It didn't feel like finals or like
No.
it felt like almost them playing exhibitions.
Just no one
out there.
cared because we wanted to watch basketball. It was really it.
All right, so
Do the Nuggets have a shot at 12? I mean, I know no Jamal Murray is killer. 12-1 strikes me as decent value, though.
yeah, I mean they have a great player. They might have the MVP. All right. NASCAR heading to Austin this weekend. You know what they say? Everything is bigger in Texas, including the racing. And Barstool Sportsbook app is offering exclusive bets for you to get in on the action and win big. You got Kyle Busch looking good this year at 8-1. You got Martin Truex at 7-2. I know he's won a couple times lately. Ryan Blaney at 22-1 out there in Austin this weekend. There it is. A lot to bet on with NASCAR. If you'll keep watching this week on Walk the Line and Pick Central, we'll give you our picks later this week. Be sure to tune in to the Texas Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas this Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time on FS1. All right. NHL playoffs. I did not really tune in very much to the NHL regular season because I am a casual hockey guy. I don't have a team. I tried to adopt the Toronto Maple Leafs one time, but I can't be a team adopter. That's why I can't get into Premier League. I just don't know how to adopt a team.
It's not in your blood. You can't do it.
I can't do it.
I've tried to adopt the
Yeah.
Pelicans, but like I can't. Like sometimes
weird.
I'll
You
sit
can't-
down.
you
I'm
don't
like I
care.
don't really actually.
I was
care.
trying to
Right.
do it with the Rangers in HL. And
It's
I
hard.
tried to sit down and watch a few
It's
this
because
year.
when
and
you
I'm
watch
just
them for so long, you just become so attached, and it's like you sit down. It's like I feel fake.
Yeah, my
similar.
Yeah.
I mean, my college fandom is my biggest fandom, and that was just there was never a choice. That was just from birth. That was it. The Dolphins was from birth.
And the
the
Marino
Braves
thing.
was from birth
My
because of where I'm from.
One of my favorite things going though is when Dave starts tweeting about the Bruins. In
Pucks on
playoffs.
net, cycle the puck.
When he's like when he just starts tweeting like he knows everything. It is really
Yeah.
fucking funny.
How many Bruins do you think he can name? He can name that Pasternak guy, right?
Yeah,
Maybe-
probably Marchand too.
And Marchand and then the goalie. I
yeah,
think he's going much deeper than that.
but I love it. It's so funny.
And pretty much the reason I can name those three guys and a couple of others is all the Bruins fans we have here. tweeting.
Marina and Feidelberg. I
Yeah.
just see that Tuukka Rask is good and Marchand. And
Yeah.
but I watched that game versus the Capitals and it was awesome. There was like 3 overtime games already.
There hasn't been but every single game in the playoffs has been incredible. There were 4 games yesterday. All of them were 1 goal differential. 3 of them went to overtime, and then you had the Bruins and the Caps on Saturday. It was
Oshie
awesome.
shot Saturday.
I mean, it was just there hasn't been a bad game yet. These NHL playoffs have gotten right started, and they've been awesome right from the jump.
I feel like every year I'm like into the NBA playoffs and I follow NBA way more than I follow NHL. But then I'll be watching the NBA playoffs and it'll be a blowout, in the 20-point blowout in the third quarter, and then ended up watching the third period of these awesome hockey
NHL
games.
playoffs are one of the best playoffs out
I think
there.
they're up there with the NCAA tournament for the best playoffs in sports.
If you haven't seen the Tampa Panthers series yet, it is unbelievable.
That was 5-4 yesterday, right?
Yeah, they were fighting even before this series. Like, there was a game, the last game of the season, they started fighting each other. And then this series, it's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Last night was crazy.
So, Avery, your Rangers are out.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the cup? I like the Avs. I know they're a favorite, but I like them.
I like the Avs too. I think they have a really good shot. They got some really good stars, but their goaltending might hold them. They might hold them back. I think Vegas is going to bounce back. They still have a good shot.
How
I know
about
Minnesota
Lightning going
won.
back to back?
Tampa's really good.
You don't like that?
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes?
Rico likes the Hurricanes too.
No, Rico doesn't like the Hurricanes. Elio does.
Okay.
And that's why I just said it, because Elio said the Hurricanes are back. Elio, first of all, 2 straight years naming, like, first year he had the Blues when they were in last place.
Yeah.
And then last year he had, was it the Stars last year that lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the Stars who also they lost. That's where the no hedge came from. But that's insane.
Yeah.
Those are 2 teams where you're like, no chance they're making.
And he's had the Hurricanes all year?
And he's had the Hurricanes all year, yeah.
I think Stu Feiner put out 20-1. He put out Islanders to win the cup.
Still.
I would quit. I think I would quit.
Don't put that out in the universe now.
He'd almost have to.
What if it happens?
I would have to.
You just quit.
Yeah, I
You'd
don't
stop.
think I'd be able to come into the office every day.
Well, I mean, half the people here don't come into the office every day. They
Very
still work
true.
here.
True that.
So I like that one.
That
was a good one, Brandon. That was a good one.
So Za picked his 10 seconds of the show to listen to.
So, but it was great. It's awesome. Some great first round series. I mean, the Caps Bruins, that's just 2 big time franchises, big time fan bases. They're going at it. They had a great game. I think I want to go ahead and do our picks. I'm going to do our picks early. I want to experiment.
Really quick question, though. Do you think best regular season goes college football, NFL, top?
Yeah.
And then
1 and
it's
2
like,
for sure, yeah.
The games matter so much.
I love this idea. Okay.
Yeah.
So I go college football and NFL right side by side.
That's 1A, 1B.
Yeah, and then I go, boy.
Because
I think
college
college basketball.
I think college basketball's 2.
3.
I'm doing 1A, 1B, those top.
Fair
2.
enough. Fair enough.
Because NHL, NBA is trash.
NBA is
It's so long. It's and MLB's so long too.
All of them are so long. Yeah, MLB's forever. I guess I would maybe put MLB in there because with MLB, this doesn't really happen with basketball as much, but with MLB, you have so many stat-based storylines and stuff that you can follow through a summer. You never know when a summer of '98 comes along where you have that, and where you don't really have that with basketball as much.
The only thing I'm thinking as like I'm trying to think everyone as a casual fan, not myself, because people like don't watch baseball. I love watching baseball.
Yeah.
That's one thing I could, and that's also one sport that's only on by itself for a couple months.
I used to watch a lot of Braves games. I stopped. I used to watch Sunday Night Baseball every week, and I stopped. I can't watch Sunday Night Baseball because that stupid microphone now, and it makes every time a ball hits the bat, it sounds like somebody's been shot. That's the most ridiculous mic in sports, and I hate it.
I mean, the NBA is last, in my opinion.
I would say in an NBA or NHL.
I go NBA is the last, NHL is above that, and then it's just football is just way
It's
ahead
just the
of
urgency of the
everybody.
games. I mean, you're about to have 17 now in NFL.
Well, obviously,
college is
college
on
is-
every week.
College is obviously one because if you lose one, you're done. Like that's why it's a do or do
for two
die every
different.
time.
I think there's 2 reasons college football regular season is great. Number one is the desperation every week. You can't slip up, and when you do slip up, now you're on tilt the rest of the year. Number 2 though is Saturday afternoon. I mean, you've got 70 games.
Yeah.
You've got 1 day a week,
Yes.
and you've just got game on game on game. Like NFL's great on Sunday, but at the end of the day, you can't have more than 16 games.
But
so
at one point, college football has a game every single day of the week.
yes,
Because
yeah.
the MAC comes on Tuesdays and some Wednesdays,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
then there's a Thursday, always a
Oh,
Thursday.
I'm already
and a
on
The
Friday.
Pac-12's picked up the Friday.
I'm
Yeah.
already on week 0. I'm already looking forward to that Thursday night before or when the season starts. This year in college football, I don't know if you noticed, a lot of good conference games. The Big Ten is jumping into conference play early.
Okay.
A lot of good conference games to open the season. And then of course you got Miami, Alabama. You've got
the Georgia Clemson.
Clemson,
opener.
Georgia's probably
that's going to be the game.
best non-conference
That's in,
game of the
that's in
year.
Charlotte.
Yeah. And
Is Alabama one right now?
Alabama has to be one because of their track record, but
I think Clemson with Ujulele.
But
Ujulele.
Alabama has replacing not just a couple of people offensively, everybody.
Yeah.
The running back, the offensive line, the quarterback, the receivers. Now, they've got 4 and 5 stars just waiting to have their moment.
Who's the QB?
It's
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. He was a 5-star, of course. I think they're vulnerable in Week 1 against Miami with De'Ara King. If he's good to go, I think
Is that game in Atlanta?
It's in Atlanta.
The fast track spread offense from Miami.
He's a
could
dark
help 'em.
horse Heisman candidate, and maybe not a dark horse. He's probably top 3 or 4 Heisman candidate. De'Ara King. I think Alabama's low key on upset alert that week. I know it's early, but this was I just noticed today. I love that jacket. You like that girl's jacket right there? Yeah,
No.
Mississippi State.
She has a name.
I will say I do
It's
like.
Frankie. I know Frankie.
I like it more that it's not the maroon though. The gray bothers me less.
Today is a special day, and the reason I want to talk college football there for a second is the Athlon magazines hit. The magazines are out. It's magazine day.
I would make fun of you, but I do get the college basketball magazine.
I love magazine day. And by the time the season starts, they're not accurate at all. Most of the rosters are wrong. They're not great. But I just love,
especially with the free agency transfer stuff now.
I'm going to be walking. To. We don't have a bookstore close to here. You ever realize that? I'm sure you haven't.
Definitely.
I'd be lying if I said I knew either.
There's a Barnes and Noble about 10 streets down, and then there's a place called Strand. I'm going to try to go to, but it's like 15 streets away. So there's unless I can figure out a magazine rack closer to us. What?
It's hot.
I think it's pleasant. Today's the highest.
It's beautiful. I'll never complain about beautiful weather.
Now tomorrow and Wednesday, it's supposed to get up to 90.
What?
Yeah, 86
I gotta
tomorrow,
go buy
90
some
on
shorts.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I need to look at the weather. Only reason I wore shorts today is because I saw Glenny tweet that he had.
Have you made the
tank top.
switch?
No, I don't. My legs don't really do weather. Like they don't get hot or cold.
I think I'm making the switch. I
Straight shorts.
Well, 86 and 90, I was going to go short shorts tomorrow and Wednesday, but I said, you know what? Today, I was up early. I get up at 5:30 to work out, so I already had the blood flowing. So I just said shorts today.
That's one of my favorite, like shorts and long sleeves. Great.
Yeah, it really is. And I look. This is a very dad outfit I've got on.
Oh yeah.
I think I say that every time. I've
Brandon.
become a quarter zip guy since you've been gone. Yes.
One last thing on hockey. Did you notice that the playoffs started, but there was still a regular season game? Has that ever happened?
I tweeted it. And people were like, "Oh, it's for draft or it's like, dude. First of all, I understand there's like contract and like things that they need to do, but it's the stupidest thing. It's like, what was it? The Flames
and the Canucks.
And the Canucks. It's like, dude, go home. No one cares about your game. They were like, and I think the NHL like tweeted it, like saying like how big of a game it was, and they deleted it.
By the way, real quick, college football. I don't know if you guys. I know we all talk about the transfer portal being wide open and how it changed the game. I really started diving into it this week. I'd previously just done quarterbacks to see where everybody is. Like the Oregon quarterback, he's now at Texas Tech. Utah has a new transfer quarterback. A lot of transfer quarterbacks. South Carolina, Ryan Helinski went to Northwestern, but there are so many players that have transferred that I don't know that I realized. Like Eric Gray, one of the best running backs in the SEC, he's just at Oklahoma this year.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that?
No.
I didn't know that either.
See, that's with football. There's too many people on the team. Like basketball, when people
They
go.
can slide
it's
in there.
5
Yeah.
people. It's like that. That is just brutal.
And apparently the quarterback, TJ Finley, who was at LSU last
Going
year.
to Auburn.
Going to Auburn.
That's what I heard too.
This stuff happens in the NFL. Some trades happen so early in the NFL,
That
and
you
when it
forget about
starts,
them?
it's like, holy shit.
It's fascinating now, though, not just the transferring, but the fact that, somebody going from LSU to Auburn, who
Yeah.
are rivals,
Yeah.
in the same division, and that's a new world.
Well, it's also very, very interesting to me to see. I don't know what the Brian Harsin era is going to be at Auburn. I
I don't think anybody does.
I don't know what kind of offense he's going to run. So it's interesting. The first transfer he takes is a dual threat quarterback from LSU.
Yeah, Finley can't run that much. He's pretty big, though. I don't know how much of a runner he is.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's a rookie mistake
They
on
made the
part.
Derek Mason hires good though. Defensive coordinator for Auburn.
Yeah, he's a good hire. I don't. Boy, we're going to start talking when Rico. We're going to be doing some college football themed Wednesdays, doing some team totals, doing some over unders, starting very, very soon as we start to turn the page. By the way, you going to be here much this summer? I know it's vacation season.
I'll be here, man. This is my first year up here. I can't be getting this rep. That's early.
Oh yeah, Charleston Rambo from Oklahoma transferred to Miami, and there's
Rambo playing for the Hurricanes is great.
Oklahoma took in like 28 transfers. Oklahoma got Tennessee's good players. All of Tennessee's good players are playing for
And
Oklahoma.
then one of them went to Bama, the linebacker.
Yeah, Henry To'oTo'o went to Alabama, but the running back And then they had a defensive back, and they have Wanye Morris, the offensive lineman, 5-star offensive lineman, went to Oklahoma. Oklahoma just brought in
They
every
crushed
good
the
player.
transfer. They've been crushing it more than anybody. I mean, going back to Hurts and Mayfield and Murray. I mean, they
Yeah, we got to see. Maybe this is the year they're actually good enough to win a playoff game and not be a massive
people keep
problem.
saying it because the defense is I got to see it to believe it. I know Rattler. They played great down the stretch last year. I'm not going to say they didn't, but I still got to see it.
All right, let's talk about underwear. MeUndies believes that comfort is about more than what's touching your skin. It's about feeling comfortable in your skin. That's why MeUndies not only uses sustainable, breathable, soft as heck fabric, they also give you endless styles to choose from. It's total comfort inside and out. MeUndies offers classic colors to ridiculous prints. It's also you can fully express yourself in your own unique way. MeUndies are available in a range of sizes from extra small to 4XL. Never leave your couch again with a MeUndies membership, a monthly subscription that sends new pairs right to your door. Each month you'll choose new undies, socks, or bralette and pick the style and color or print that feels most you. Please enjoy discounted pricing, free shipping, and exclusive early access to new launches. Love your butt and get the membership. To get your 15% off your first order and free shipping, go to MeUndies.com/picks. That's MeUndies.com/picks. All right, here we go. So, did Big Cat, Little Sass, and KB just wait outside the studio by the door and switch at 9:59? Yes, they are all Nick, KB, Sass, Owen, they're all lined up out there. They're in the on deck circle. They're getting their reps in. Big Cat swinging a bat with a donut on it. They still use the donuts that we used to use.
No, not those red ones.
They use the sleeves
It's the
now.
big one, yeah.
I always had the donut.
Now it's also like a heavy bat they use too. Like they don't even.
Oh, the
put
bat
it
doesn't even
onto
have
the
anything
hat,
special? It's just a
onto the
special bat?
Yeah.
Oh, but there was no better feeling
When you go like that.
when you go like that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's time to go to bat. And there was also no bigger swinging dick guy on your team or in your league than the guy who went double donut. The guy who went double donut or maybe triple donut. Triple donut's just showing off, but
All I can think about is the beer bat thing that blew up over the weekend so much.
Were you a batting gloves guy?
Yeah, only batting gloves.
Both?
Yep.
I never wore batting gloves in my life.
I felt weird with no batting gloves.
I don't wear a golf glove when I go. I just go barehanded. I don't know why. I never like gloves.
Do you have like calluses on your hand?
At first, yeah, like if I play for the first time in the summer, but that wears off quickly and I can just go.
So stupid you take your like golf. I don't get why people take their golf glove off for putting.
Yeah, I never got that either. I think it's a feel thing, right?
I guess.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Avery. Oh, by the way, Avery, personal conversation between me and you. I hope nobody listens.
Mm-hmm.
I was in your neck of the woods the other day. I rode past that little country club in your town.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to go play there.
Whenever you want.
You can hook that up?
Yeah, it's a public-private.
You play golf, Brandon?
Yeah, I play
I
golf.
didn't know that.
I mean, look
We've
at me.
been
I'm wearing a quarter zip, ain't it?
We've been
Get the
saying we're
lawn.
playing a walk the line foursome for like
A year and a half, yeah.
so long.
I don't get to play as much because I was poor for a long time. But before I came here, I was playing pretty much every day at Fulton Country Club in Mississippi. You've been there.
Nope.
Just wanted to say it out loud. What else do we want to do before we get to? Let's go ahead and do picks. Let's do
That's fine.
picks. So, Mincy, did you know that you took the lead?
I did. We got it, but it's a log jam this month. I mean, even like Ev's in the last, but he's only like 4 or 5 units down. I mean, this thing couldn't be more up in the air. But we're gonna try to keep it rolling. I was doing pretty good with the NBA. I'm gonna keep coming with the NBA playoffs picks. No NBA games today, so we went with some Major League Baseball. Got the Reds by 1.5 over the San Francisco Giants. The Mets money line plus 128 in Atlanta, over 6.5 in the Rockies Padres. Man, that's a low over under. And I am going to dip my toes into the playoff hockey. I'm taking the Nashville Predators plus 138, jumping on that bandwagon like every Southerner does every year.
We'll talk about the Mets money line plus 128.
Loser.
So they're at Atlanta. I think I gave it away last week. I'll give it away now because it is still the same odds. On Barstool Sportsbook app, Braves plus 200 to win the East. They're still only a couple of games back. They win. If they sweep the series, they're in first place.
And they played horrible.
And they played their worst baseball. The Braves were right there. There's nothing better for a team like the Braves. They need something to get them right. The Mets coming to town, the first place Mets coming to town in Atlanta, this has to be a get-right situation for the Braves, right?
It has to be, and that's why it's a loser because I have it.
Max Fried's been pitching horrible. for
Mincy
Atlanta.
has it. Big Ev's got it. It's a loser.
Yeah, well, I got the Braves, so we'll bring mine up. I got in the playoffs, playoff hockey, Avs minus 1.5 against the Blues. Every single game in the playoffs, I believe, has been 1 goal differential.
I think there was one the Canucks won 4-1.
Oh,
yesterday.
excuse me.
They're only one though.
It's a juice bagger though.
Every
150 will put you down.
Every game has been. It keeps going up too. Every game has been very, very close. But I think the Avs are just a much better team than the Blues, so I like the Avs. Capitals money line. People believe since the Caps won the first one that it's just going to go back the other way. I don't think that. I think the Caps can win this one too. Money line. And Braves money line to beat the Mets. It was like 130 this morning. It's screaming up. And then Giants money line. Those are my 4 picks. I also have a pick that's not on the board, but it's on the Barstool Sportsbook app. It is my Aces high bet. This hit at plus 300 on Friday when we had I don't remember our pitchers, but I believe Kershaw was one of them. Scherzer was another one. We had 3 pitchers, 3 money line parlay. Today we have the same thing. Garrett Cole for the Yankees, Yu Darvish for the Padres, Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Yankees, Padres, Dodgers, money line parlay to win today. Boosted from plus 190 to plus 220 on the Barstool Sportsbook app. If you are in Illinois, if you are in Pennsylvania, if you're in Michigan, go ahead and hit that, make money, and send me the DM or tell me how good I am. Tomorrow, Indiana, you can play. So if you're in Indianapolis or Gary, or I did this the other day, Pawnee, Eagleton. If you're in any of those,
Bloomington,
get ready. Bloomington, Evansville,
West Lafayette.
Yes, and yes. All right. Where is Terre Haute? Terre Haute's where Indiana State is, right? Yes. Go ahead.
See what's on the bottom. See what's on the bottom.
That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
That's a preview.
Yeah, it's just a preview. I got Giants money line, Mets money line, Nationals money line. That's a lot of dogs there, which I love. Angels money line, and then tomorrow you'll see those picks. But I love the Giants today. I'm doing a parlay on the app, Mets, and I think it's Nationals and Giants today. That's gonna be boosted.
Wait, didn't you? When he said Mets, didn't you say it was a loser?
Yeah, it's a loser.
Oh, because okay.
Yeah, we all have it.
All right.
Oh, yeah, everybody's on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's donezo.
Well, I threw the balance off though. I got Braves, so that might
I know.
help
It's
you
just
guys.
I saw our Met fans are like fighting.
I was going to mention
Well,
that too.
I don't know if they should be fighting, but Frank does need to tone it down. Like they're in first place. I know they haven't been great this year, but
They just won 7 in a row.
Yeah. I know what Frank is. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You do have to calm it down a little bit.
yeah. I mean,
It's 162 games.
It's not even that. Like you're in first. Like the Yankees. I love Frank
it's a
too.
lot. It's a
The
lot.
Yankees were legit like down in the dumps. Like they were winning no games. Now but dude, the Yankees are minus 290 today.
The Yankees are good.
He's gonna be the Cy Young.
Well, the AL East is really fucking good. Like I thought the Red Sox would get when they got off a fast start. I thought, okay, that won't last very long. They're still there.
They're still there.
They're still good. The Blue Jays are good. Even the Orioles, who are in last, are not terrible. They're not terrible.
They have a good lineup.
They have a very good lineup, and they got John Means.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Orioles. And then the Rays, of course. The Rays give the Yankees fits.
I know that. Well, the Trop is brutal, absolutely brutal. But yeah, he's gonna win the Cy Young. Garrett Cole. It's just a fact.
I didn't get the odds for that. I got MVP odds. I want to talk about in a second. Have we got Big F's picks and Rico's picks before we get going? So wow, okay.
Jesus.
White Sox money line. White Sox team total over 4.5.
Must be playing a lefty.
Must be playing a lefty. You're right. Yeah. We had the Chicago boys in here last week. It was something.
Yeah, I know.
I wish they could be here all the time, but then they'd be the New York boys, and they'd probably want to kill themselves.
Yep.
Yankees minus 2.5. Wow.
Plus 105. That's not worth it to me.
That's crazy.
That's a wild line for
Yankees
pro sports.
team total over 5. Bruins money line over the Caps. Bruins minus 1.5. See, now that's bold. That's bold. Plus 215 because these games have been so close, especially those two teams. I feel like those two teams are not going to be separated by very much this whole series. Nationals money line and Mets money line plus 135. Looks like Big F just went hunting for a little bit of plus money today.
Yeah.
And then, wow.
Jesus, we're all on the Nationals. We're so screwed.
Nats money line are all on the Giants, too. Yeah, Giants, Nationals, and Hurricanes minus 1.5. So he's just riding the Elio train.
Yeah.
He's taking a pick from somebody else, and it will be his pick eventually.
Yep.
All right. So NL MVP, AL MVP, right? Here's what I want to say about this on the Barstool Sportsbook. I got these odds just a second ago. There's only one guy where his odds are like, there's not a lot of value there. And if it's just one guy, he could go into a slump. He could get hurt. I think there's a lot of value to be had in the National League because Acuna right now is plus 240 to win the MVP. And certainly he's worthy of being that. But the next closest guy is Tatis at plus 850. So if it's just one guy I got to overcome, Tatis at plus 850 sounds pretty good.
Yeah. No, that's not bad. 850 because it's so early with Acuna being like that. Or yeah,
Is he
I
11
agree
or
with
12
you.
homers now?
Yeah, no, I
He's
think
hot.
he's still leading. Yeah, Tatis at plus 850. Juan Soto at plus 1,000. Bryce Harper at plus 1,200. Bryce Harper's been good.
Yeah, it's been very good.
And then Mookie Betts at plus 1,500. You know the Dodgers are going to be there at the end.
And that's not a crazy thing to have Mookie Betts.
No.
Like, we're
The
40
Dodgers are going to be there at the end.
We're 40 games in.
Yeah, so I love Mookie Betts. That's why I wrote him down. I love Mookie at 1,500. I love Bryce at 1,200.
Yeah.
Again, Acuna has the inside track and has got off to a great start, but that doesn't – we're only a month and a half into the season.
So how many people are throwing at him, too? He's got to fade staying healthy with all the balls coming at his head.
I had my pick before the season was Arenado, and Arenado's not in bad shape either.
He had a home run last night.
And
too.
AL MVP, I just don't know how you have the top two guys and still stink.
The thing is, well, we don't stink. We're one game out of first.
He's talking about
Not
Ohtani.
you.
He's talking about
Oh.
Trout and
I'm talking
Ohtani.
about the Angels.
Oh, yeah. No, that is we are wasting. I talked about we're wasting the best players in the world.
Trout is plus 180. Ohtani is plus 550. I love Ohtani at plus 550.
I get scared with him because they sometimes will baby him or he'll just like
Well, I'll tell you who else I love. It is a Yankee. Giancarlo Stanton is plus 2,000.
he just was hurt. This is a big day today if he comes back today to see if he's going to go on the IR. But you know who's been hitting unbelievable?
Who?
Aaron Judge. He's back up to 300. He has the most home runs at Camden Yards this year, including
He always
all
kills the
Orioles.
Warriors. I mean, he is.
But the thing is, what I found out pretty much, he just beats the shit out of shitty teams.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like we played the Astros and they weren't like they were, and he didn't play that well. Like I don't know, and we just been playing these shitty teams, and he's been
Astros
killing
are
it.
good, too.
Yeah, they're good.
The West has got the Astros and the A's who won't go away.
Yeah.
I remember there was a time where we were like, Royals, they look good. They're 14-7. They suck now. White Sox might be the best team in baseball. I know you don't want to hear that, but they're good.
They're good. They're good. I'll admit when they're good. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I still it's just their organization's so trash that it's like the Mets where they just can't have good things. What's all the odds in AL?
AL is Trout plus 180, Ohtani plus 550, Vlad Jr. plus 1,200, J.D. Martinez plus 1,800, and then Byron Buxton for the Twins plus 1,800 as well.
It's that far away. I mean, Mike Trout's like hitting like 400.
Yeah.
He's by. I don't care what anyone. He's the best player the baseball will ever see.
And he's been the best player for a while.
Yeah,
Like
he
it's
always is. His bad years are like batting 310.
I don't think he's had a bad year. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's not even close. He's gonna be in like when we die. It's gonna be like that was the best player ever.
B-Watt, we need another home run pick. You had a nice little run early. We need Rico to be here because he got hot with home run picks.
Really?
Were you here the day he gave two guys that hadn't hit a home run?
They
No.
both hit him?
It was Todd Frazier. Not Todd Frazier.
White Sox Dave has actually been a little
Who was
hot
it?
on it too.
Was it Todd Frazier? No, it was
Todd Frazier.
Clint Frazier. Was it Clint Frazier?
Probably.
It was Clint Frazier and he used to play for the Astros. Gurriel.
Oh, okay.
He gave those
You
guys
know-
out before they hit a home run.
You know who's gonna be good?
Who?
Pool host on the Dodgers.
I
Yep.
thought
Just
he was
because
talking to the Cardinals. He signed with the Dodgers?
I thought he was on the Dodgers.
Yeah, he did sign with
producers
the
don't
Dodgers. He
watch.
signed. Yeah, they
They don't
he's
watch.
watching soccer. You're right. He did sign with the Dodgers. I
Because
forgot
the
about
way
that.
the Angels just like this is a storyline. I'm not saying like he's even get a lot of playing time. Just the way that the Angels just kind of dropped him. They could have done something nice for him instead of that.
I mean, They did pay him $252 million
Yeah,
over 10 years.
I-
That's pretty fucking nice.
But it's so easy just to like keep him.
I thought he would just sign with the Cardinals, be a pinch hitter, and then ride off into the sunset.
Yeah, but
But
Dodgers.
he's not going to do it. I don't know what he's with the Dodgers. I like ring chasing maybe. Although he's already got two. He's got two, right? Definitely has two. 06 and 11.
Yeah, he does.
Somebody says Rendon will hit a homer. Don't love that. Don't hate that. Don't hate that at all.
Don't hate that.
Yeah. You say anybody will hit a homer, I think. Oh, okay. I don't
And
hate
he's
that.
good.
Why not?
So.
Yeah, sounds good. Say anybody. Ray Ordonez, he retired years ago. Sounds pretty good. He'll probably hit a home run. We don't have a lot. Marv Albert's retiring at the end of the year, at the end of the playoffs. I thought about this. He's retiring. I think he's probably one of the 5 most iconic announcers of my lifetime.
The voice is just unforgettable.
And I'm not saying best or worst because I'm not sure I ever found him to be all that great, but iconic. He is an icon.
Exactly.
My other 4 iconic guys, My top 5 iconic guys in my lifetime announcers are Marv Albert, Keith Jackson, college football,
I like that one.
Harry Carey with the Cubs,
Yeah.
Al Michaels, and Vin Scully with the Dodgers. And then
I think that's a very appropriate list.
I thought about there are guys that are more ubiquitous now, like Joe Buck and Jim Nantz, but I don't think they're icons yet. Joe Buck will be.
Joe Buck will be.
Yeah.
Because I've said that all the time. When people don't like him, it's like, think of any big moment. It's been him.
Yeah.
Any
sport. Yeah. Even he did golf. Oh, by the way, PGA Championship this week.
Yeah.
Golf's great. Golf's just, and shout out Riggs getting the girls to play Thursday. That's I was
That's
there when he was doing it. It was wild.
I have till the end of the day to decide if I'm going or not, because Mississippi State's in it. I want to go, but I don't know if I can go because you're going to be out. You're going to be out Friday, so we'll see.
I don't think you should not go for that. I think it's just Scottsdale. I mean,
It's a long way away.
it is nice though.
Yeah. I've never been there.
I've never been either.
Whenever these trips come up, I just want to knock off states because now I went my whole life with about 10 states visited. Now I'm up to 24. I just want to keep knocking off states.
I agree.
Get down to Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out Riggs for the Let Them Play Classic. It's going to be awesome. We'll be back tomorrow. I believe Big Ev will be back. Rico's in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Good show, boys. Yak is up next.